In the vibrant tapestry of contemporary art, few figures loom as large or as colourfully as Takashi Murakami. A modern-day Warhol with a distinctly Japanese twist, Murakami has exploded into the global art scene with his signature Superflat aesthetic, a fusion of high and low culture that challenges and even invites criticism of traditional notions of art and taste. In this video, we will be delving into the fascinating life and prolific career of Takashi Murakami, tracing his artistic evolution from his early days as a Nihonga painter, a traditional Japanese style, to his current status as an international art icon whose influence spans fine art, fashion, and pop culture. We will explore the key themes and motifs that permeate in his work, from his iconic smiling flowers and manga-style characters to his more recent forays into his social commentary and political satire. These seemingly playful figures often belie deeper meanings, referencing everything from post-war trauma and consumerism to the otaku subculture and the anxieties of modern life in Japan. Through a hopefully thorough enough analysis of his most celebrated works, we will uncover the complex layers of meaning that lie beneath the seemingly playful surface of Murakami's art. If you're new to this channel, a warm welcome to you, and if you've not done so already, please be sure to subscribe and click the notification bell to see more videos from me on the weird and wonderful side of the art world. And whilst on the topic of revealing hidden secrets and things, even though we may be very wary of keeping our private information safe and secure, it turns out, given the current age we live in, we're being spied on all the time, and in ways completely unknown to us. You see, whether you realize it or not, hundreds of data brokers could be making tons of money off of your private information right now, which is why I want to share a great deal with you courtesy of today's video sponsor, Incogni. Incogni is a personal information removal service that offers a vital opportunity for you to take back control of your data privacy, reduce spam, and prevent potential scam attacks and even identity theft. The thing is, there are actually laws in place to remove ourselves from these lists that corporations around the world are constantly making money off of. But the problem is, the vast majority of us have no idea where to start, but that's exactly what Incogni does best. As someone who's had some very tedious and mind-numbing experiences with spam emails myself, I found that Incogni has been a wonderful solution to this. Do you ever get those moments when you're looking through all of those countless unwanted marketing emails and get that horrible realization that you have to opt out of all of these one by one? Well, that's the thing of the past thanks to Incogni. How it works is you sign up to their website, grant them necessary permissions, and they immediately and automatically get to work on all of the data removal requests needed to secure your privacy. The best part is, it covers all broker types, including risk mitigation, recruitment, people search sites, financial information, marketing data brokers, and any kind of information phishing corporation you can think of. Incogni has the tools to remove you from all of these. So if you want to take back control as well and start off with a discount, there's a link in my description below that will take you straight to their website and give you a whopping 60% off their annual plan, which I highly recommend as it will allow Incogni to constantly monitor your data lists and keep you off them as regularly as possible, making your life so much easier and completely stress-free. A huge thank you to Incogni for sponsoring today's video, and without further ado, welcome to another video, my friends. This is the story and artwork of Takashi Murakami. So before we take a look at some examples of Murakami's art, as usual I feel it's useful to explore a brief overview of his life and artistic journey, just to give us a bit of context. Takashi Murakami was born on February 1st, 1962 in Tokyo, within post-war Japan. His father was a taxi driver, and his mother, although a humble homemaker, happened to have studied needlepoint and design textiles, which introduced early exposure to creativity for Murakami. As a child, whenever he would visit an exhibition, his parents would often prompt him to write reviews of the art he'd come across, and if he refused, he was forced to go to bed without dinner. On top of this, Murakami grew up hearing his mother tell him that had the US dropped another nuclear bomb, he would not have been born. Although his childhood environment was seemingly strict, with a dark shadow of war looming over with intrusive influence from the United States, it nevertheless allowed Murakami to think very critically, which would serve as a bedrock for his unique artistic vision later down the line. It's also been documented that during Murakami's childhood, Japan created a national identity that revived traditional Japanese culture and put tremendous pressure on his workforce to produce in order to compete with the West, both economically as well as culturally. This hybrid emphasis on traditional Japanese culture and Western influences was reflected in Murakami's childhood activities, which ranged from attending Buddhist rituals and taking Japanese calligraphy courses to visiting museum exhibitions of masters such as Renoir and Goya. Simply put, Murakami and a great portion of Japan was seemingly living a double life, one that was traditional, yet also trying to keep up with the surrounding world. As a result, Murakami developed an early appreciation for both traditional Japanese art and the burgeoning world of anime and manga. This duality would become a defining characteristic of his work as he sought to bridge the gap between high and low culture, challenging traditional notions of what constituted fine art. After completing his studies in Nihonga, a traditional Japanese painting style, at the Tokyo National University of Fine Arts and Music, Murakami began experimenting with different artistic styles and mediums. In the early 90s, he developed the concept of Superflat, a term he coined to describe his unique aesthetic and blended elements of traditional Japanese art with contemporary pop culture. Superflat challenged the hierarchical distinctions between high and low art, embracing the visual language of anime, manga, and consumerism. Murakami's artistic repertoire quickly gained recognition for its vibrant colors, cartoon-like characters, and recurring motifs like smiling flowers, mushrooms, and skulls. His works often incorporated traditional Japanese imagery, such as cherry blossoms and waves, creating a visual vocabulary that was both familiar and subversive. Murakami's art was becoming a playful yet profound commentary on contemporary Japanese society, exploring themes of consumerism, globalization, and the anxieties of modern life. The smiling flower, Murakami's most iconic motif, became a global phenomenon. Its cheerful facade concealed a deeper commentary on the darker aspects of consumer culture and the fleeting nature of happiness in a hyper-capitalist society. The flower motif appeared in a variety of mediums, from paintings and sculptures to limited edition handbags and accessories. Its popularity transcended the art world in this sense, cementing Murakami's status as a cultural icon. Murakami's collaborations with high-profile fashion brands like Louis Vuitton further solidified his position as a bridge between art and commerce. His limited edition handbags and accessories, adorned with his signature motifs, became coveted collector's items, blurring the lines between art and luxury goods. These collaborations not only brought his art to a wider audience, but also challenged traditional notions of artistic exclusivity. In addition to his artistic pursuits, Murakami established himself as a savvy entrepreneur and cultural influencer. He founded Kaikai Kiki Company Limited, an art production and artist management company that nurtures young talent and promotes Japanese contemporary art on a global scale. Murakami's entrepreneurial spirit extended beyond the art world as he ventured into various creative fields, including film, animation, and music. But what exactly are some good examples that reveal Murakami's undeniable impact on the art world and pop culture? How exactly has Murakami's ability to navigate the worlds of high art and mass culture with equal aplomb made him a unique figure in the contemporary art scene? Well, let's waste no more time and take a look at one of the earliest examples of his work that thrust him into the spotlight. Takashi Murakami's 727, made in 1996, is a seminal work that encapsulates the artist's signature superflat style while addressing complex themes of cultural identity, globalization, and the legacy of World War II in Japan. The triptych painting, consisting of 3 panels displayed next to each other, featuring Murakami's iconic character, Mr. D.O.B., showcases a dynamic fusion of Japanese and Western artistic traditions, challenging conventional notions of high and low art. Earlier, I briefly mentioned the term superflat coined by Murakami, that refers to the flattening of perspectives and hierarchies in Japanese visual culture. Well, in 727, this aesthetic manifests in the bold outlines, vibrant colours, and two-dimensional rendering of Mr. D.O.B. against a backdrop that's reminiscent of traditional Japanese wave paintings. Mr. D.O.B., with its cartoonish appearance and enigmatic expression, serves as Murakami's alter ego and a symbol of the superflat movement. In 727, Mr. D.O.B. is depicted surfing on a stylized wave, evoking imagery from traditional Japanese woodblock prints, while also referencing pop culture icons like Mickey Mouse. This juxtaposition of historical and contemporary elements highlights a complex interplay between tradition and modernity in Japanese art. The painting's title, 727, also alludes to the Boeing airplanes that frequently flew over Murakami's childhood home, symbolizing the American military presence in post-war Japan. This reference, along with the inclusion of Mr. D.O.B., a character who embodies both Japanese and Western influences, speaks to the artist's exploration of cultural identity in the face of globalization. The work raises questions about the homogenization of culture and the preservation of unique artistic traditions in an increasingly interconnected world. While not explicitly depicting war imagery, 727 subtly references the legacy of World War II in Japan. The Boeing 727, a symbol of American military power, serves as a reminder of a country's complex relationship with the United States. The painting's vibrant colors and playful imagery may seem to contrast with this historical context, but this juxtaposition could be interpreted as a commentary on the resilience of Japanese culture in the face of adversity. 727 has been widely exhibited and critically acclaimed, solidifying Murakami's position as a leading figure in contemporary art. The work has been praised for its innovative approach to cultural commentary, its technical mastery, and its ability to bridge the gap between high and low art. Takashi Murakami's 727 is a multi-layered work that invites viewers to contemplate on the complexities of cultural identity and historical memory. By merging traditional Japanese aesthetics with contemporary pop culture references, Murakami challenges conventional notions of artistic expression and encourages critical engagement with the forces that shape our world. The painting's enduring popularity and critical acclaim attest to its significance as a landmark work in contemporary art. Next up, we have Supernova, completed in 1999. This monumental 7-panel painting presents a vibrant, seemingly playful scene of mushroom-like figures, each bursting with psychedelic colors and distorted forms. At first glance, the work appears to be a whimsical fantasy, reminiscent of childhood cartoons or video games. However, a closer inspection reveals a more complex and unsettling undercurrent. And let's be honest, it wouldn't be a Blind Dweller video without at least some unsettling hidden messages in the art that I show, would it? The mushrooms with their mutant eyeballs, fang-like spikes, and exaggerated features hint at darker themes of mutation, radiation, and the potential for destruction. The title itself, Supernova, alludes to both a cosmic explosion and a song by the British band Oasis, suggesting a collision of natural and cultural forces. The work can be interpreted as a commentary on the post-World War II anxieties and traumas experienced in Japan. The mushroom figures can be seen as symbolic of the atomic bombs that dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, with their mutated forms reflecting the lingering effects of radiation on both the environment and the people. The vivid colours and flattened perspective of the Superflat style, while visually appealing, also evoke a sense of artificiality and superficiality, perhaps commenting on consumerism and the cultural homogenization that emerged in post-war Japan. Murakami's work is deeply rooted in Japanese artistic traditions, particularly the Nihonga style of painting that we mentioned earlier, and also Japanese-style woodblock prints. The flattened perspective, bold outlines, and decorative patterns in Supernova are reminiscent of these traditional forms. However, Murakami subverts these traditions by incorporating elements of pop culture, such as manga and anime, creating a unique visual language that resonates with contemporary audiences. The work also engages with the concept of kawaii, or cuteness, a prominent aspect of Japanese pop culture. The mushroom figures, while grotesque and unsettling, also possess a certain charm and appeal, highlighting the ambiguous nature of cuteness and its potential to both attract and repel. Quite simply, Supernova is a multi-layered work that can be interpreted in various ways. It can be seen as a reflection on post-war anxieties and cultural shifts in Japan, a commentary on the ambivalent nature of cuteness, or on the other hand, a celebration of the fusion of high and low art. Regardless of the interpretation, the work is a testament to Murakami's artistic vision, and his ability to create visually arresting and thought-provoking works that challenge conventional notions of art and culture. Now that we've mentioned the Superflat style a few times now, I think it's worth looking into how far Murakami took this movement beyond the gallery walls. More specifically, with his I Love Superflat works that became a phenomenal hit within the fashion industry. Upon completing his I Love Superflat pieces in the early 2000s, consisting of very simple but eye-catching monograms in 97 different colours, with his own signature jellyfish eyes repeated on black or white backgrounds, it was around this time that arguably one of Murakami's most famous and successful collaborations was about to begin, which would use this very same aesthetic. While I Love Superflat is purely a Murakami creation, his collaborative spirit is most evident in his extensive partnership with Marc Jacobs, particularly during Jacobs' tenure as creative director at Louis Vuitton. This collaboration spanned over a decade, from 2003 to 2015, and yielded numerous iconic collections that merged the worlds of high fashion and contemporary art. The Monogram Multicore collection of 2003 was the groundbreaking launch of their partnership, where Murakami reimagined the classic Louis Vuitton monogram with a vibrant palette of 33 colours. The collection, featuring iconic bags like the Alma and Speedy, was an instant hit, capturing the zeitgeist of the early 2000s with its playful pop art aesthetic. In addition, the partnership gave rise to the Cherry Blossom collection that very same year, where Murakami adorns the monogram canvas with cheerful cherry blossoms, adding a touch of kawaii charm with the luxury brand. Over the years, they also released the Panda, Mocha Hands, Monogrammouflage, and Cosmic Blossom collections, each showcasing Murakami's signature motifs and Superflat aesthetic on a variety of Louis Vuitton products. The collaboration made luxury more accessible and appealing to a younger audience. Murakami's bold, playful designs resonated with a generation raised on anime and manga, challenging a traditional perception of high fashion as exclusive and serious. But most significantly, it exemplified the blurring of lines between art and commerce. Murakami's artistic vision was now no longer confined to galleries, but extended to everyday objects, making his art more accessible and relevant to the masses. in a way sort of proving that the most successful, or at least the most profitable kind of art form, is marketing. The way of billboarding your art, so to speak, to as many people as possible, through as many different everyday objects as possible. The Murakami designed Louis Vuitton pieces were widely popular, contributing significantly to the brand's growth and solidifying its position as a trendsetter in the luxury market. Even after the collaboration ended in 2015, its influence is still felt today. The Murakami designed Louis Vuitton bags remain highly sought after collector's items, and the partnership serves as a benchmark for successful collaborations between the art and fashion worlds. It feels very odd to be talking about art in this sense, as I generally find more fascination and creativity that touches upon complex emotions and the therapeutic qualities that kind of art can have on people. But at the same time, I can't help but admire how revolutionary this collaboration truly was. It was a testament to the power of creative synergy, resulting in collections that were visually playful, commercially successful, and culturally impactful. Their work together pushed the boundaries of what was possible in both art and fashion, leaving a lasting legacy that can still be seen today. In fact, in recent years, there have even been hints of a possible revival of the collaboration, with Marc Jacobs teasing images of Murakami-inspired designs on social media. However, nothing has been officially confirmed as of yet. Now we're going to fast forward slightly through Murakami's art career by exploring his 2012 piece titled Blue Flowers and Skulls. This painting is dominated by a vibrant blue background, upon which Murakami's iconic smiling flowers and cartoonish skulls are juxtaposed. The flowers, rendered in bright colours with exaggerated features, exude a sense of childlike joy and innocence. They are reminiscent of traditional Japanese motifs and patterns, while also incorporating elements of manga and anime aesthetics. In contrast, the skulls, despite their cartoonish appearance, evoke a sense of unease and mortality. Their empty eye sockets and grimacing mouths are a stark reminder of death's inevitability. The contrast between these two opposing symbols creates a visual tension that is both playful and unsettling. The central dichotomy in Blue Flowers and Skulls is the juxtaposition of life and death. The flowers symbolize vitality, growth, and beauty, while the skulls, rather unsurprisingly, represent decay, mortality, and the transience of existence. This stark contrast forces viewers to contemplate the cyclical nature of life and the inevitability of death. The painting exemplifies Murakami's Superflat aesthetic, which again blurs the lines between high art and low culture, drawing inspiration from both traditional Japanese art and contemporary art. The flatness of a picture plane, the use of bold colours, and the cartoonish imagery are all characteristics of this movement. Knowing what we've already seen of Murakami's art, the flowers may represent the superficial happiness and the material abundance of consumer society, while the skulls allude to the trauma and collective anxiety stemming from Japan's defeat in World War II. For Murakami, the flowers and skulls are deeply personal symbols. They represent his own struggles with depression and anxiety, as well as his desire to reconcile traditional Japanese aesthetics with the demands of a contemporary art world. But once again, Blue Flowers and Skulls is open to multiple interpretations, and its meaning may vary depending on the viewer's cultural background and personal experiences. Some may see it as a celebration of life's fleeting beauty, while others may interpret it as a meditation on death and the impermanence of all things. Not to say it depends on whether you're a glass half empty or glass half full kind of person, but in a way it kind of does. In the context of Murakami's larger body of work, Blue Flowers and Skulls represents a continuation of his exploration of a superflat aesthetic and his engagement with themes of life, death, joy, and terror. I personally find it to be an artwork that's very visually striking and even intellectually stimulating. It can truly challenge viewers to contemplate the complexities of existence, and of course the contradictions inherent in contemporary culture. Finally, I'd like us to take a look at another 2012 piece, which is arguably Takashi Murakami's most powerful, titled The 500 R-Hats, a monumental piece of artwork, both literally and figuratively. The 100-meter-long painting, one of the largest in history, is a complex and layered exploration of Japanese spirituality, cultural history, and contemporary anxieties. The work was created in the aftermath of the 2011 Tohoku earthquake and tsunami, a disaster that deeply affected Murakami. The Arhats, a Buddhist term to describe enlightened disciples of the Buddha who are said to protect people from suffering, offer a source of hope and resilience in the face of tragedy. The painting draws on the Edo period tradition of Arhat paintings, which depicted these figures with individual personalities and supernatural powers. However, Murakami reinterprets this tradition through his own superflat aesthetic, giving them the trademark bright colors and cartoon-like features. The 500 R-Hats is divided into 4 sections, each named after one of the 4 symbols of Chinese constellations: the blue dragon in the east, the white tiger in the west, the vermilion bird in the south, and the black tortoise in the north. Each section has a distinct color palette and atmosphere, reflecting the different energies associated with these celestial beings. The painting is teeming with Arhat figures, each with unique expressions and postures, some serene, others whimsical or grotesque. They are surrounded by swirling clouds, crashing waves, and fantastical creatures, creating a sense of dynamism and chaos. The style is a vibrant fusion of traditional Japanese painting techniques and contemporary pop culture influences. The use of flat planes of color, bold outlines, and repetitive motifs are again reminiscent of anime and manga. Yet the meticulous detail and the intricate patterns also echo the decorative style of Edo period art. This blending of styles creates a visually striking and culturally resonant work. There are some truly profound interpretations one could walk away with from seeing this work. On one hand, it's a meditation on the human condition, exploring themes of suffering, resilience, and the search for spiritual meaning in a chaotic world. The Arhats, with their diverse personalities and experiences, represent the spectrum of human emotions and struggles. On another level, the painting is a commentary on contemporary Japanese society. As we already know, Murakami has often been critical of Japan's consumerist culture and its lack of spiritual grounding. The 500 R-Hats can be seen as a call for a return to traditional values and a reconnection with the natural world. The painting's vibrant colors and fantastical imagery can also be read as a critique on artificiality and the superficiality of modern life. The 500 R-Hats has been exhibited around the world, generating both acclaim and controversy. Some critics have praised its ambition, its technical skill, and its cultural relevance. Others, though, have dismissed it as a cynical commercial ploy. Regardless of its reception though, the work remains a powerful and thought-provoking piece that challenges viewers to contemplate their own relationship with spirituality, culture, and the natural world. All in all, Takashi Murakami's 500 R-Hats is a complex and ambitious work. It is a visually stunning spectacle, a cultural commentary, and a spiritual meditation all rolled into one. It's a testament to Murakami's artistic vision and his ability to bridge the gap between the traditional and the contemporary. Whether you see it as a masterpiece or a monstrosity, the 500 Arhats is a work that demands attention and invites deeper reflection. And in all honesty, that is probably one of the main things I appreciate about artists like Murakami, which is the ability to beautifully blend both the old and the new, rather than seeking to render the other as unimportant or less impactful. His ability to blend high and low culture, to bridge Eastern and Western aesthetics, and to challenge traditional notions of art while maintaining a playful and captivating style is truly a testament to his genius. From his iconic smiling flowers to his collaborations with fashion houses and musicians, Murakami's influence extends far beyond the walls of the galleries. He has become a global phenomenon, a cultural icon whose work sparks joy, provokes thought, and continues to evolve. Through his art, we're given an opportunity to witness the journey of a visionary who has not only redefined what art can be, but also inspired countless others to embrace their own creativity. Takashi Murakami's legacy is one of boundless imagination, cultural exchange, and the enduring power of art to connect us all. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it interesting, and I hope it's given you a taster of what to expect if you're planning to explore more work by Takashi Murakami. Before I go, it's that time again for Artist Corner, my end of video feature where I get to share some artwork sent to me by one of my lovely viewers. And today's featured artist is 20-year-old Jess Johnson from Tampa, Florida, USA. Jess is an incredibly talented mixed media artist who primarily works with charcoal. She tells me she would describe her style as semi-realism mixed with some surrealist elements. Her art consists of themes such as self-identity, emotions, and talking about her past and personal experiences. I was floored when I first looked at her work. Her attention to detail is staggering, and she has a wonderfully expressive imagination when it comes to her surrealist elements. And I think it's worth noting that, certainly in my experience, charcoal is a very tricky and fiddly medium to master, but her skills and control are very evident when looking through her portfolio. From charcoal portraits that look as realistic as black and white photographs, to her otherworldly surrealism that tap into the most complex of human emotions, she really has got something special to offer. I of course urge all of you to take a look for yourself by heading to her Instagram via the username you see on screen, or click the link below to take you straight to her profile. If you're an artist as well and fancy showing off your hard work to me and maybe even get featured in a future video, I'd love to meet you. Please send me an email to blinddweller@gmail.com with the inclusion of a description about yourself and of course some examples of your work attached. Finally, a huge thank you to all of my patrons and channel members. Here's a special shout out to all of my top tier dwellers: Leslie Simon, Laurie Gallardo, Port Perea, Miles Z, Grape, Vlad Ziv, Tyler Butler, Eric Lamarca, Dave MC, Molotale, Chi Devlin, I think that's how you pronounce your name, if not, please let me know in the comments, H's Place, Equatamok, Lee Flowers, Calvin Kai, The New On Gone 24, Akaiza, Charlie Sancheezy, Ken B, and Carol H. That's all from me today, guys. Keep being creative, and bye for now.